Hello, welcome to Avalon Priestess TV. I am Demi and let's talk about exploring shadow on the Avalonian Priestess path. So Avalon is the secret otherworld of the Celtic landscape, the place of abundance, paradise, wisdom and divine communion. So why would we connect shadow with Avalon? Well, as a realm of spiritual growth and expansion, shadow is the missing key to the kingdom. Spiritual development is often about transmuting the shadow, which is all the hidden yucky things that we either don't see or we don't want to see about ourselves, and bringing them to the love of the divine to be healed, so then we can expand to contain more radiance, more divine love, and more of these wonderful vibes which are very flowy in Avalon. And to transmute the shadow, you have to go into the shadow. You can't hop over it and you can't point at it to go away. And this is the true adventure of the spiritual pathway, the heroic and heroine journey, and the part of the story where the hero goes forth from the town, from civilization, out into the wilderness and out into the enchanted forest of the goddess. The wild, dangerous forest in these myths represents the unconscious, the unknown within, the realm where also the magic and power of the goddess can be found, as well as the things we are most scared of and don't know about ourselves. So on our spiritual path to Avalon, we need a system and a strategy to work with this shadow so we can expand into that Avalonian essence, and so that our shadow doesn't sabotage us on our spiritual journey. Because that's kind of what shadow does. We don't know it's there, we don't know how it's working, and we don't understand it. So it can trip us up even though we don't know that's what it's doing. And it's often the root of many frustrations we come up on our path. So to work with this shadow, we need a strong guiding goddess who isn't going to mess around to help us deal with this, because it's not always fun. No, no, no. And usually the goddesses who are connected with shadow are crones. But for us in Avalon, we have something a little bit different. We've got the goddess Morgan Lefay. She's not really a crone, but that's because she's a shapeshifter. She's everything all at once. Her speciality is that she's a psychopomp. She ferries people to the underworld and back again, meaning that she knows how to get into the dark times and, most importantly, how to get you out again. In fact, all of her stories are pretty thick with drama about Morgan herself being a bit of a naughty, terrible shadow villain, tricking King Arthur, murdering knights, losing herself in jealousy, being very petty and getting into arguments with her friends. Some of that is just classic Middle Ages misogyny, and some of it is actually pointing at how much Morgan Lefay really knows and understands this stuff. She's not this perfect goddess and angelic being who doesn't understand feeling jealous of your friend because she's got the hot boys chasing after her. She gets it. She's been there, and so she's gonna see you through it. The key thing about having a dark goddess like this helping you through is that she's not gonna judge you. She's gonna be able to empathize, hold your hand and get you out of it. And she's not afraid to be in those places. So in the Morgan Lefay Mystery School, which is my year-long Avalon initiation training, the very first phase of Morgan Lefay we come up against is Morgan as shadow, because we need these tools and techniques of transmuting the shadow on our journey so that we can look at ourselves in her terrifying mirror of truth and know what to do with what we see. Knowing these shadow techniques and tricks at the beginning of our journey saves us so much tripping over ourselves and self-sabotage on later parts of our journey. And we learn to be able to integrate, embrace, and change what we see in that dark mirror through the divine union of love and transformation, rather than just putting a cloth over it and pretending it's not there. The path of Avalon, the spiritual path, but particularly the path of Avalon, the path of truth, joy, ecstasy, magic and power, is only for the courageous. If you would like to know more about Morgan Lefay and the arts of Avalon, I invite you to sign up for my free Morgan Lefay Priestess initiation. Boop. And this is a powerful little mini course thing, which gives you a beautiful grimoire that tells you all about Morgan Lefay, her history and her 8 faces. It gives you a MP3 audio that you can listen to again and again, which is called the Avalon activation, and leads you in a powerful ceremony to reawaken your magic. All that stuff, and it's for free. So if you like that, you can get that. Thank you for joining me for Avalon TV. I'll see you again when the mists part and we can meet on YouTube.